Hey guys, welcome to Scale Mini, and we're incredibly excited to show you guys all of the new updates that we have implemented with your suggestions. It's been quite a lot, so let's get started. So first things first, when you join the website, you're introduced with a mini tutorial, kind of just like showing you everything and where it is. It's not mandatory to look, but it might be just a good idea to look through if you really want to. So now, once again, we're split with the left side and the right side. So on the left, we have the Creators tab. On the right, we already have the grid. Now, if we look at the reference objects, we added a banana. Huge thing, had to say it now. So many people have been suggesting us to add the banana, and we had to do it. So if we go back and click on StationForge, now this is kind of like our base profile, right? So we have the banner on top, the name, website, visit store, search bar, folders, all models. So all models quite literally mean all models. These are all factions combined together. So Screamguard, Scavengers, everything, just all in one big list. And we also have a sorting tab now. Huge stuff, huge update. So we have highest, smallest first, tallest first, A to Z, Z to A, smallest base first, largest base first. Personally, tallest first, and it quite literally means we get a big model first, right next to our banana for scale, and this is what it's all about. But let's delete this stuff and kind of go back to the creator tab. So as mentioned, the folders, these are kind of like factions, right? Like every creator is gonna have them named differently, but for StationForge, it's Grimguard, Scavenger, Orcas, Xenard, and Socrates, right? We're going to be adding a lot more factions. This is not the total library, but let's look at Grimguard. So upon clicking Grimguard, only Grimguards will be displayed in the all section of the models, but further folders kind of, pop up. So we have specialists, bosses, ground vehicles, air vehicles, walkers, and infantry. And as mentioned, you click on that and we'll just show you the specialists lineup. If you want to click further, it becomes the specific releases. So if you would visit StationForge store, you're able to write, let's say, heavy battle weapons. And this is the same set that you would see in the heavy battle weapons, just with potentially a little bit more infantry or variations. We don't find it necessary to add, for example, every single weapon of every single thing, although we are trying to expand that and like add pretty much every single miniature from every single release. But let's kind of go back here and go on infantry and just get our basics down. So let's get on the Grimguard A pose and let's get a Grimguard mutant. You know what? In fact, let's also get something cool. Let's get like a vehicle going. All right, perfect. There is a tab in the middle for you guys to move around if you wish to, but if you actually want to close the creator tab, let's say you just don't need to look at it. You don't want to look at it like it happens. You click on the full screen, boom, done. It's gone. Out of sight, out of mind. Nice and clean. So for the actual grid, we're now in the workspace of the website. You can zoom in with your scroll wheel. You can hold left click and drag to move the screen. You can also hold middle mouse to move the screen. Personally, up to you. However you like it, you can do it, but it's kind of like universal stuff. Just zoom in, zoom out, left, right, move around. And so, yeah, what are we looking at exactly here? Well, we have the poses which we've selected. We have the tank that we have selected. Now, at the bottom, you kind of see their names. So this is a Grimguard A pose. And for the actual releases, Grimguard Iron Tank, it would say so at the bottom. And at the bottom, even further down, right, we have the height. Now, for the ground vehicles, air vehicles, we just have the height for now, but later down the line, we are going to be implementing straight away base length and base width, just so it's easy, just so you don't have to measure stuff. It'll already be displayed under the miniature, under the listing, so it'll be nice and clean, but height just for now. Now, to not get fully ahead of myself here, let me just add one more thing, is that we have also width enabled. So we have not width, but like the front of the vehicle is going to be the same for air vehicles and ground vehicles and walkers. So anything big, we're going to show the front and the side so you guys can easily measure the width, the length, stuff like that. But for this demonstration, we're not going to need it. So we're just going to select it and click delete on our keyboard. And let's look at our lineup. So right now, whenever you selected the Grimguards, they come with a base standard, right? This is optional. You can remove it by clicking this button. The double icon of the base removes all of the bases on the screen, completely gone and vanished. And now you can also see at the bottom that now it specifies that this Grimguard at its true height is 34.85 millimeters tall and is basically more or less designed to be on a 25 millimeter round base, or comes with a 25 millimeter round base, right? Same for mutants. Now the tank doesn't have a base because we just didn't implement it with a base, therefore there is no option to enable or enable a base. So whenever if we select that base icon back, and if you hover over, you're actually going to see include bases in every height. It changes you the base height because it captures the base with the height. Because we're doing it specifically from the lowest point to the highest point, so not from, let's say, the legs to your eyes or something like that. It's just literally lowest to highest. That's it. And let's actually start looking at our tools. So we kind of got the idea that this is the true scale of stuff right here, the base that comes with the height. Now let's look at our tools and what do they do. So first things first, we have the select and move tool. You can hover the tools and see if they have a keybind like V, and what does it do? So you can literally left click, hold and drag and move your minis around. Now also, whenever you click on the miniature, you're able to see that it has some sort of collision box, right? And on the top, this sphere, you're able to drag it and scale the miniature. The thing that you guys suggested, which was a huge suggestion, thank you very much, is that we are now incorporating the original scale as well as current scale, right? So at the bottom, you will say the original scale of the Grimguard was 34.85 millimeters. Now the current scale of this A pose is 80.7 millimeters. Also, you see now as an updated thing, you have an undo button. This undo button resets the scale. Let's say you have a lot of miniatures on your tab, and if you click like Control Z, it's just gonna go back and forth of the, the line is kind of like not specifically gonna be targeting this line of this miniature. And so you click on it and you're like, nah, you know what, 70.7 doesn't do it for me. Instead of deleting the miniature and then reselecting it, you click boom, done, it's back to normal. Or if you just want to compare, just remember, this guy was 34.85, right? That's it. Very simple and cool stuff, but honestly quite practical and useful. So moving forward to the measure tool. So let's actually move these dudes to the side and let's look at our vehicle here. So we have the ruler. You can press it with M on your keyboard or just select it. What does it do? So it measures. I mean, that's the best way to put it. You hold left click and drag and you are able to place a ruler. If you let go, it places that ruler. And if you go, let's say, back to your move tool and you start moving around, well, the ruler stays in place. The ruler does not move, which is great, useful, amazing stuff, but there's more. So on the ruler, let's say it's not straight, you know what I mean? Like it's not straight. You can hold shift and it makes a perfectly straight line up, down, left, right. Very useful stuff. Not particularly new. We had this still in our previous update, but just a little recap. So yeah, and you can measure from top to bottom. Great stuff, and let it go, move to a next miniature and stuff like that, while still having that kind of ruler and all the measurements. Now, let's say you want to edit the ruler, right? Like you can click it and you can just drag it. There's no issues with that. You can just look at the end of each point and drag it and move it, or you can hold the actual ruler and drag the whole thing. So the next thing is we have the zoom in, zoom out, control plus, control minus. It does pretty much exact same thing as your scroll wheel would do. So honestly, up to you, whatever you like. Next tool is fit line up on screen. Quite literally, if you have a lot of miniatures, for example, you want them to all fit the screen for a screenshot, or just you kind of lost it, like you lost where your miniature was or something like that. Click Control 0 or click this button, it just fits line up the screen. Now we're moving on to the measurements. So these measurements, they change all the measurements. We have millimeters, which at the bottom, on the ruler, the grid itself, click centimeters, boom, changes. 6.62 centimeters. Inches, same thing. All right, next thing, high dimension labels, just hides it. On a more useful note, this next tool is something you guys suggested. So previously we had the base, right? You can select your miniature and click the single base icon. So there's now two icons. There's a double base and a single base. Single base just removes that single thing that you clicked on, and double base enables or disables all of the bases on your grid. Gap tool just makes how far you want the separation between each miniature. And undo and redo, if you, for example, scale, you can click Control Z or you can click the button, let's say undo, but you can also then click redo. So you can go back and forth, play around. If you made a mistake, no issues, no problems. You can just redo your action. Trash icon deletes the miniature. You can click undo to get the miniature back, or you can click the miniature and click on your keyboard delete. It just deletes it. All right, the next tool. So let's go back to our library real quick. So we have this library and we click on our Grimguard. This thing, replace selected miniature. You click it, and you click the listing what you want to replace with, and it just quite literally replaces it. Free roam, another huge suggestion by you guys. You select the miniature that you want to free roam, you click this button, and you can literally put it anywhere you want. I mean, you can, anywhere. Keeps it in place as long as it's selected on the free roam. If you deselect the free roam, it goes back, snaps into the grid. Clear whole lineup. It double asks you just in case. It will remove everything from your grid. All right, select mini as a reference. Now, you click on your mutant, let's say. You click the icon, select mini as a scale reference. It already scales it based on its original scale. Let's say we set it as a reference. Boom, done. And at the bottom, you see how much you need to scale to be able to reach the mutant scale, right? So you need to scale Grimoire to 149.1% of its original scale, or it is 17.11 millimeters shorter than the mutant. Now, as you can see now, there's another button on the right side of the reference. Scale all other minis to match this reference height. Click it, it scales everything. It scales everything on the list to be that same height, and it shows you that the Grimguard is now 51.96 millimeters tall, and obviously it also shows you the original of the scale. You can click it back and it will go back to its original form. And to clear the reference, you select your main reference. Again, you set clear reference. That's it. Now for the next tool, you need to select the reference again, and it gives you an option now to select this button, Scale Report for Printing. When you click it, it gives you basically a report of everything that you have on your grid, model name, current height, target height, scale to versus the reference. If you click copy markdown, you're able to just copy it to your clipboard. If you click copy for spreadsheet, then you can go to your Excel sheet and paste it there for ease of tracking. Now this is where it kind of gets crazy. Saving the best for last, of course. So we'll click add custom image, and now we see there's multiple tabs. But we're going to stick with a photo for now. I'll show you the 3D model in a second. So choose a file, select it, and here you have the image. And let's say you don't know the scale of this miniature, right? Because you have the name. You can name in Bob again or something like that, right? But you don't know the height of this miniature. No clue. But you know the base size. So on the base section, you click base. You select it. It's a round base. There's many options for the bases, but let's say a round base. And you know that the base is 40 millimeters. As soon as you enter the base, you're now presented to click this don't know the height estimate from photo kind of. I don't know, I won't really call it a button, but let's just say this, right? You can click it and it auto detects straight away. Now, there's kind of a lot to take in right now, but so let's start from the top. It should auto detect automatically everything for you to align perfectly and nicely, but in case that it doesn't, you are able to move some stuff, right? So for example, the top should go to the highest point of the miniature or item that you're trying to measure. That's the green, right? The ground should go just under the person's front foot or the main foot, or if it's standing straight, basically the lowest point of the foot, right? The base is pretty much automated. That's why it's preferable to have the image with the base, where the base will be automatically kind of selected each corner. So the left and the right is the base. You can say use this height, and it auto detects height for that miniature. Now, you also have a background that you need to remove. You can click on advanced settings, remove background. It will auto remove the background, or you can like wiggle it around and remove more, right? And then it becomes kind of messy. You don't want to remove this much, remove less, and you can just play around with it. So let's say this is good. Add to lineup. Absolutely huge. It just scaled the miniature from the highest point to the lowest point. And based on that, you can see the miniature, how tall is it, how big is it, and this because this guy's on a 40 mil base, right? Now, you can do the same for a lot of images. So let's say we remove this guy and we go back. Now, to go even further, let's try with one more image. So I have this photo which I've taken, right? I don't know the height of this mini. I just know the base size, which is 32 millimeters. I click back on the height, double check that the top lands with the top. The ground is good, maybe slightly higher because the back leg is here, the front leg is raised. So we just want to match it to the back leg. The base seems good to me. And yeah, let's use this height. And then go to advanced settings, remove background. It removes the background, kind of removed the sign at the back because it was painted in white. And there you go, so we have a guy. which we just imported with our own image. No issues, it auto detected the height. And based on that, we can see the scale. Now, going back to uploading images, there's a 3D model section, and now you can upload a 3D model to be scaled. So let's say I want to upload this Grimguard. There you go, it uploaded, it opens you a 3D viewer sort of thing. You can flip it, turn it around however you want, position it up, down, left, right. Personally, just like this, and use this model. Now, we know that the base for Grimguards is around 25 mil. If you don't know the base, you can select no base if you're not interested to have them on bases. And there you go, you have a perfectly selected Grimguard. Now, the amazing thing about this is it's perfectly scaled. So if we go to our Grimguards, our infantry, actually no, it's our bosses, my bad, and we click on the Grimguard photo that we've rendered ourselves, it's identical, it is one-to-one. Now, the main thing to say is the models have to be merged together. So separated models will not work unless you want to just import parts and measure parts, but it has to be a fully merged miniature in STL format or BJ format for you to be able to upload. Now, there's another tab that opens up for you. Another sort of tool that you're able to do is called Save Selected to My Mini. Now, we need to kind of go back out of the full screen window here for a second, and let's go to My Minis. It's on top right. You can click Creators to view creators. You can click My Mini to view My Mini. So My Mini is going to be completely empty, and it's your own foldering system, your own save file system. Once you create an account, you're able to access My Mini. You don't need to create an account to access the website or do 99.9% of the things on the website. This is just for the people that if you want to save your lineup outside of screenshotting it or outside of copying the link, you are able to kind of save it all here. So let's see how that works. So once you selected the miniature, you click this icon, save selected to my mini, and there you go. It shows up in your folder. This is My Minis. It's saved to your account basically. Now, what you can do is you can start adding folders. You can, let's say, orc, and there you go. It adds an orc folder. Now, let's say I want to make another folder. Let's call it infantry, right? It creates an infantry folder, and you can drag the infantry folder into the orcs folder, and it kind of starts stacking. So you see, you're able to go by faction or however you would like to name these folders. You can, no issues whatsoever. And so when you go to infantry, let's say, as you can see, once you click on infantry, you don't see the orc miniature anymore, right? So you need to go to all minis and you need to drag the orc into the folder that you want him to be. So now that when you click orcs, it will show you all orcs. And when you click infantry, it will show you that specific infantry. So as an example, if I go to orcs and I had some other mini and I put it there, but he's under the bosses section, then he's not going to display in the infantry section, because in the infantry section you can just drag infantry, for example. If you know what I'm saying. So let's look at my lineup. We'll look at my mini section. Let's look at the lineup. So you get this button, save load lineups. We can call it anything lineup one. Yeah, that's good. Save. So I've refreshed my page, and as you can see, it's a clean slate now. It's like, oh, all my miniatures are gone, everything is gone. But once you go back to my minis, my lineup, you're able to load in the lineup exactly as you left it, as you saved it. So with the ruler, everything rescaled, measured, whatever that you were tinkering with stays the same. It's very easy. It's basically like a little project folder that you can go back and forth from. No issues whatsoever here. And you can do up to 5 lineups and up to 10 minis. So next thing is go unlimited. What this basically means is you have unlimited amount of miniatures that you can upload and save as many lineups as you wish. Now this is extremely optional, and I want to emphasize on that because you can continuously delete miniatures and upload new miniatures. The only reason to go unlimited is if you wish to keep every single one of your projects all on one system. If you wish to do that, you can. No issues here. You can upgrade for $4.95, but honestly, extremely optional, guys. Not something that you should consider if you're just tinkering with a couple of miniatures. It's only really done for like huge armies, huge projects, and things of that nature. Another thing that will help you with that is you can export lineup as PNG, and when you do that, it basically saves the picture of your grid as is. So even if you, let's say, have a lot of miniatures to work through, but you don't want to subscribe to the Go Unlimited section, that's perfectly fine. You can upload miniatures and then export them as these little grid images, and then just save those. And everything stays on your computer in your folders. So all is well, all is good. So once again, super optional. Now the next tool is copy shareable link. After you click it, it just copies the link of this setup and you're able to share with your friends, share it online, and they're able to click on that link and view your current setup that you have made. Now, moving on to the next thing, which is once again linked to your account, is you can submit to catalog. So let's say I have this dude and it's something that the Scale Mini website does not have. You don't have to do it also from your My Mini section. You can also click on the icon here, but it basically opens up a form. In this form, you can pick a creator. So in this case, it's Warhammer 40k. And some creators you're not able to do, like StationForge, because we're just going to be uploading StationForge ourselves, potentially other creators as well, but let's say Warhammer 40k. Faction, orcs, unit type, infantry. I think he came from an infantry set. Squad name. Now there's no squad name. I have to create a new squad name, so it's boys, I think. Source, here you can just link warhammer.com or potentially the listing or whatever the item may be, but probably just warhammer.com. Tags, completely optional. You don't have to put any tags. This is something that we can do ourselves. Now, ownership photo is extremely important because it basically says that, this is my miniature that I've painted myself and that, you've not taken it off Instagram of other painters or something like that. So you have to upload a photo of ownership. And it's all pretty simple. You just provide the miniature next to a piece of paper which has your name on it from the same account. Please also make sure that you read the submission terms. This basically means that we're going to be able to provide your image of a painted miniature on the main catalog where it's going to be visible publicly for everyone. So please have a read through, make sure everything is all good. After you have, I've read and accepted the submissions, and submit for the review. After you submitted the miniature for the review, it will say in review. It will be approved or denied by our team. We're going to have to look through it, make sure everything goes good, make sure everything's legit. And if it's approved, it will say approved. If it's not, it will say denied. Now, let's say you've uploaded this banana and it has been approved by our team. Next to the banana will show your name, basically crediting you for uploading the banana, that this has been uploaded and is by you. And you can also go to top contributors where it will show you all the names of top contributors, how many listings been approved by them, and there will be also some achievements, some icons and stuff like that we'll be adding on. Just like with this orc, we can do everything the same way for the 3D model. We can save it to our loadout and it will go right here. And you can submit it also from here or from here. And just like with the orc boss, you're also able to submit it fully to be in the catalog publicly. You can pick creator, whether pick it or create new creator, Bob, faction, create. Now for the source is very important. The source has to be the actual source of the file. So whether it's my mini factory, Coles 3D, CG Trader, whatever the marketplace may be, or where the file listed by the creator. Tags are very optional, then you have to read through the submission terms. I've read it and accepted, and submit for review. But also for the creators, that if you're watching this, please click this for the creators tab, have a read, have a look if you want to be part of the scalemini.com website. And one more thing, there is also light and dark mode. Warning, it's going to be very bright in a second. So yeah guys, this is kind of the whole website. Thank you all for helping us with suggestions, and we'd love to continue building this website with you guys. If you're able to submit your painted miniatures or 3D models if you wish to incorporate into the website, we'll be incredibly grateful. So thank you for watching, and let us know what we should improve next.